Hello, welcome back to Big City Knitting. I'm Dawn. We are a little casual today. I have a project update for you guys, the first project update of 2025, woohoo! And I'm excited to share with you, so let's get started. So I'm very happy to share that my first finished object of 2025 is my Dagmar jacket. Woohoo! I'm very happy. I remember sharing this with you on my last episode, my 2025 knitting plans video. I had shared this, that I had started it and was about halfway done, and I had said that I wanted to finish it about, I think at the end of the month, the end of January, and I did it. I did it in time, and I'm so happy. You will notice though, it does not have buttons yet. So I wanted to take this time and talk about the project, talk about my current stuff, and sew the buttons on with you. So yeah. I guess starting out, I'll talk about the pattern. For those of you who are under a rock and have not heard about the Dagmar jacket pattern or any of the Dagmar patterns, this is her. She is by Petite Knit. Absolutely one of the most popular pattern designers, to me at least. Probably a good like 70% of the patterns I have are by Petite Knit. And this has been like my favorite ever. She is blocked. She's been folded for a while, so she's like a little bit wrinkly, but it's fine. We're gonna pretend it's not there. But yeah. I saw this pattern. I literally have had my eye on this pattern since I saw the pattern designing posts that they're posting on their Instagram account, and I've been so excited. And the pattern got released while I was on my trip to Germany, and that is where I bought the yarn from it, or for it, while I was in Germany, along with the buttons that I have. So I'll give you kind of a close-up view of the yarn. If you can see it pretty well, it's just this kind of like nice off-white with some brown and black like speckles all throughout it. It's a nice, I want to say it's 100% wool. It's so nice. I haven't worn it yet just because I've been waiting to sew all of the buttons on, but I'm very excited. So I'll show you the back of it as well. Get you a good view of it. It feels like the most perfect, just like chunky, toothy, like cabled cardigan just ever. I have a few cardigans that are just like stockinette, or they have very light cabling, or they're very just like a little bit basic, or like it's a basic pattern but the color is nice. It's just, I have a lot of basics, and to have like a nice cabled crunchy like beautiful cozy cardigan like this, it's so nice to me. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun knitting it. I think I cast it on January 2nd. It wasn't the first, it was like a day or two after that, and I finished it, I believe, on the 28th, 27th or 28th, so about 4 weeks or a month. So yeah, it kind of flew by. It didn't really fly by. I've knit things faster, but like for the cables, I expected it to take a little bit longer, which I'm glad it didn't. So yeah, my goal for this year is to make at least one project a month. I don't really want my projects to like bleed into the next month unless I've already like completed a project for the month, if that makes sense. I did that last year for my knitting plans, and that's how I had so many finished objects. So I'm on track this year for finishing one object a month. I have my second project on the needles right now, for February, and I'm not gonna get too much into that one today just because that's not the point of the video. But it might be. It might turn into the point of the video, but we'll see. I guess I'll talk to you a little bit more about like what I did. I probably could have finished this a little bit faster if it weren't for the ribbing. So if you look, I'll show you the bottom hem. So if you look at this, if my lighting and if my camera will focus, I learned how to do tubular bind off, which is really nice. It's so clean. It's so like, it's perfect and I love it. And it's kind of stretchy, which I really like. I did a half twisted 1x1 rib, which I also think turned out really nice. I think it has a much like cleaner look than just regular 1x1 ribbing. I think it also just depends on the project, like what kind of ribbing looks nicest with what. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but I chose a half twisted rib with a tubular bind off. I think it looks very nice and very clean. And then, so same for the collar. It's an O-neck collar, which I really, really like. I like how it's not just like that, and it's not like a basic v-neck. Anyway, not the point. But yeah, I could have finished this faster had it not been for the ribbing. My point, which I was getting at. At first I did, I think I just did a sewn bind off. And I was like halfway done binding off the stitches for the body, and I looked back at my work and it was like flaring out a lot, which I wasn't a fan of. So I had to put them back on the needles, and I had to like redo like a row or two and then bind them off again. So it was kind of rough. No, what had happened was, sorry, I'm remembering things like as I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh no, that's not what happened. I finished the body ribbing, and I cast it off, and then I cast it on for the button band, and I was like I was like halfway through the button band, and that's when I noticed this like flared out. So I had to like redo part of the button band and part of the, well, like all of the bottom, like the last row for like the body. It was a nightmare, and it took like all night to fix, and it was rough. But we got there eventually, obviously. Yeah, could have finished it faster. It is what it is. She got done in time, so that's all that matters. I think another goal of mine for this year, after working on the Dagmar jacket, I want to be more mindful with my knits. I think in the past there were several instances where I would make a mistake a while back, and I'll say like, oh, it'll buff or nobody will really notice it, and then every time I wear it I notice it. And I want to be a little bit more mindful about that, because there were a few instances in this where I noticed I had like made a mistake in the cables or the ribbing or like something like that, and I would frog it back and fix it. rather than like last year where I would just kind of ignore it and continue on. I don't know, I want to be better about like fixing my mistakes early on and having the most perfect pattern that I can have, or the most perfect project that I can have, because if I spend all of this time and effort into my knits, I want them to be good quality. I know that makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty common thing to like want for yourself, but I don't know. I think I get so wrapped up in the it has to be done as soon as possible so I can move on to the next thing. And I just like overlook a lot of stuff, and then later on I'm not super happy with the finished object, and then I don't wear it as often. I don't want that to be the case. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more mindful about that this year. So yeah. Another thing besides the ribbing is I had to rip back the sleeve, my first sleeve. I had to redo that one. The pickup rate was perfect, it was fine, and the sleeve like chart was good, it was easy to read. The decreases worked out really well in my favor. I just cast off way too soon. I think I either like misread the pattern or maybe like measured wrong, which like I'm not really sure how I did that. But whenever I tried it on, like after like I had done the bind off and everything, I tried it on and the sleeve came to like here on me. And I was like, oh my gosh, after the whole big thing with the ribbing and the body, like I was so mad. So that's another thing that like put me a little bit behind. But it's fine. It's fine. But yeah. So after I finished it, after I finally finished it, I had no more mistakes to make. I wanted to be done with it for a little bit. Just because I was starting to get a little bit frustrated. So I took a break. And I have yet to put my buttons on. Today is the 20th of February. It's been done for like 3 or 4 weeks, probably going on 4 weeks, and I haven't put the buttons on yet. And I really need to. So I guess, I don't know, I wanted to share my process with that and just like chat with you guys and see how it goes. I have some tools with me. I have my little tool bag. If anybody is curious, I don't think you will be. It is just a little Ipsy bag. My mom gave it to me from her Ipsy orders, and I've just been using it as my tool bag because it holds literally so much stuff. And if you like, I can give you a little what's in my bag. I know that's maybe fun. I have some DPNs for my current project that I'm doing. They're what size are these? 3.25 millimeter US number 3. Yep. I've got my tape measure, which is actually broken, but still functional, so that's great. I have some stitch markers. These are my favorite stitch markers ever. I got them off of Etsy. Etsy. Yeah, cute little stars. I use them for like almost all of my projects just because they're so cute and I love them. I have these little needle stopper things. My local yarn store sells these for like 50 cents or something. I have 2 because my cats keep playing with them and losing them. I hardly ever use them though, so it's not like I really need them. That's gonna be easier. I have 2 darning needles. One thicker one and one smaller one. I think both of these I just got at like Joann's or something. You could probably get them at literally any craft store would sell these, or even probably your like grocery, like anything that sells crafts, I'm sure will probably have these. But yeah, I will be using this one for my buttons. I have a couple spare needles, interchangeable needles again for my current project. I have my scissors, my cute little bird scissors, so cute. I love these things so much. I have 2 more on hand for whenever these like get dull or whatever. Super great. I have a cable needle left from whenever I was working on the Dagmar, and I have my stitch counter, my row counter. I love this thing. I love it, love it, love it so much. I know I've talked about it in the past, but I love talking about it every time. I know a lot of people that I watch on YouTube and TikTok and stuff, they always like, they'll say like, oh, I count in my head, or I lose count, or they have like the like row markers or stitch markers that are like chains, and it's the number, like the beads on the numbers on the beads. And I don't think that's for me. Like, I've used this the entire time I've been knitting, and this is like a dream. And you just put it on your finger and you just like, I don't know, it's just my favorite, and I will stand by it until the day I die. They sell them at Joann's, and probably like Hobby Lobby and Michael's. But yeah, I think it's technically called a tally counter, but I use it to count my rows. So love it, love it, love it. And that's it. That's all I have in my bag. Very versatile, very roomy. But yeah. So I mean, I guess moving on to the main event. I know you guys probably didn't care about the like contents of my bag, but like I like sharing this stuff. I have a project bag by Mood Living, and I love that thing. I use it as like my daily purse, but like I can put like a full project in there, and my tool bag, and like my wallet, my keys, everything. It's so nice. I think it's the Adrenal bag, I think. But I love it. I love organizing my bags, and I love putting stuff in there and showing everybody, like, look at how much stuff my bag can hold. I don't know. I think it's really fun. So sorry, I got off work and I'm in a super like talkative, energetic mood. And I figured today would be a really good time to sit down and record this, because I don't know, I've been putting off sewing these buttons on for 3 weeks, and it's time to finally just sit down and do it. And now's as good a time as any. So yeah. So I'm really, really hoping that you can see this. So I have right here these little stitch markers that just kind of holds in place where I need to put my buttons in reference to the buttonholes right here. I did them as evenly as I could. So yeah. So what I usually do, I'm sure like there's like certain methods that you can use to sew buttons on and, you know, do what you like. The way I like to do it is I'll just take a little bit of yarn. I always just use the same yarn as the project just so it like blends easier. That's what I do. And I take my button. This is the button that I got in Germany. Hopefully you can see this. yeah. This is the buttons that I got in Germany, along with the yarn for this. I got them at the same place, same day, just so I know that they would match and look good. And I think they look really nice with like the diamond pattern, if you can see it, just like the triangle with the diamonds. I think it looks great. I love it. So, I don't know, it's really like an art, because whenever I first started making cardigans, like the first 1 or 2 cardigans that I made, the button was like falling off and it was horrible and it wasn't really a good time. So like I definitely have since learned how to secure buttons a better way. So yeah. Basically what I do is I literally just like thread the yarn through the button and then thread the ends through the button band, and I just like loop it around a couple times, like loop it through once or twice, and then I secure it. Basically securing it, I just like tie in a knot a couple times and thread the yarn through, like weave in the ends. See, so I don't know how well you can see this because I can't see my camera right now. It's backwards, so we're just gonna go with it. And if you can't see, then I don't know what to tell you. Oh, yeah. See, the problem with using a small darning needle like this, the good thing is I can thread it through the button and I don't have to be very fiddly with that, but threading the yarn through is a nightmare. And I think that's the part that takes the longest all the time, so, but it's fine. Okay, so I have my yarn kind of looped a couple times, so it's like pretty on there. I mean, it's loose because I haven't like tied a knot or anything, but it's good enough. So then I just tie a tight knot a couple times, 3 times, maybe. And that's it. And then like I'll like trim the ends and then like weave them in through the stitches, and like that's basically it. That's good. And then I can take that out. But yeah, now I need to do that like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. So yeah. I'll probably like put a time lapse of this. I'm sure you don't want to watch me do every single button because that is insane and crazy. Or maybe you do want to, and that's okay too. You can just play the video at a slower speed, I guess. No, but yeah. I know I keep saying I've been procrastinating this, and I have, but like I have some dinner plans. I have lunch plans and dinner plans in the same day, with some people that I haven't seen in a while, and I'm really excited, but I wanted to wear this, and the plans are 2 days away. So, I really need to do this now. So yeah. This is kind of, okay. But yeah, so I guess I'll start the time lapse. So yeah. I'm done. My back hurts. My hands are very cold. But I'm done. Obviously the time lapse is not long because it's sped up, but this took me probably like, I actually don't know how long it took me. No, it took about 20 minutes. So not horrible, but I mean, I procrastinated this for a reason. But look, my cardigan has buttons on it. So cute. I know I talked about it earlier, but again, I don't know how well the camera angle was because it was backwards and I couldn't really see it very well. But I love how the triangle buttons kind of go along with the diamond motif right here. And look, it's so like, just like very natural, very like woodsy, not really woodsy, but it's like you've got like the nice like cables, the natural colored wool with the nice wooden brown, like kind of unique buttons. It feels very, I don't know, I can't think of the right word to describe it. It's just beautiful. I love it and I'm so excited for it. I don't know, I think it looks great. Definitely procrastinated this for a reason though. Even though it took me 20 minutes, I'm a procrastinator, what can I say? So yeah, I'm very, very glad I got this done because like I said earlier, I have plans in 2 days and I wanted to wear it for that, so I'm glad I got it out of the way. Perfect. So yeah, like I said, I don't really want to get a whole lot into my current whip right now, just because it's not really the point of the video. The point of the video was to just like talk about my latest finished object and to actually sew on the buttons. Yeah, I won't get too far into the details, but I will say that it is the Paul cardigan by Monica Knit, and it is going very well, and I'm very excited to share my progress. I am done with the body, and I'm on the button band right now. I started it pretty much immediately after finishing this one, so I've got a ton of progress, and again, same thing, I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the month, so I have 1 week to do the sleeves. So yeah, I'm excited to share that with you guys next, in the next video. Hopefully I will have it done soon and have another video out to you guys pretty soon. So yeah, I appreciate you guys sitting with me for moral support while I struggle through the buttons. It actually wasn't that bad. Like I said, it took me 20 minutes. Weaving in the ends took me literally no time. So it was all for nothing. I procrastinated all of that for what? Nothing. But it's fine. So yeah, super excited to start wearing this. Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you again for sitting with me and being my moral support. It's highly, highly needed. I'm gonna get off of here and work a little bit on my cardigan and clean up my tools that I dumped everywhere. But yeah, like I said, hopefully I will see you guys soon in the next video, but I'm not gonna make any promises. So stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe, and happy knitting. Bye.